How saying yes to opportunities transforms your life. That's what you're going to be talking about in today's video. So you want to stay to the very end so that you can learn more. Today is Vlogmas day 11. And guys, I am so excited. I am so proud of myself. I told you guys we're going to be doing videos back to back the whole of December until December 24th. Vlogmas every single day. So if you missed yesterday's video, Vlogmas day 10, we talked about the power of exposure and networking. So today we are going to look at saying yes to opportunities. So have you ever wondered how some people seem to go from an ordinary life to achieving extraordinary success, and you're just like, oh my God, I wish that was me. And you've constantly maybe just been like, oh, I'm tapping into that, I'm tapping into that. And often the secret just lies in one simple thing. And this is based on my experience. Saying yes to opportunities when they come, and the scarier the opportunities are, the louder the yes needs to be. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you how embracing opportunities, even the ones that scared me the most, have transformed my life in ways that I never ever imagined. And I believe that the same can apply to you. So number one, let's talk about the fear of saying yes. So obviously, even though I'm saying that saying yes can transform your life, we cannot deny the fact that saying yes can be terrifying. And it means that you have to step out of your comfort zone. You have to go into the worlds that are unknown to you. And it means that you have to take risks. So, but here is the thing. The more you stay in your comfort zone, the more you lean towards the familiar, which might feel safe, it is likely also that your dreams are just gonna die, yeah? Because the opportunities that seem to scare you the most are usually the ones that will bring the most growth to your life. So I remember, those of you who have been on the channel long enough, you remember I've shared with you guys the story of how I started my my career in the international NGO space. So I remember when I actually said yes to an opportunity in Afghanistan. That was back in 2009, almost 15 years ago. As at the shooting of this video, I didn't even know what I was doing. We didn't even have all these like TikTok videos and YouTube and all these things that you can go and Google and check, okay, how does this place look like? Or is there somebody else, maybe a Kenyan who's already in Afghanistan? How are they doing things? How is that country? Like everything was so blind. And for me, I literally resigned. At the time, I was working for a telecommunication company in Kenya. So I resigned and I moved to Afghanistan with my son, who at the time was 1.5 years old. Guys, that was such a big risk. And at the time, obviously, I can't pretend that it wasn't scary. I was scared. I didn't even know if it was going to work out. But that one decision of moving to Afghanistan, like literally introduced me to like the life that I have today. So first of all, it was a very high paying job. It was paying in US dollars. They literally paid all our bills. But also just the fact that I started out my career out there. And it was like not really like quote unquote a safe destination. The employer provided literally everything, all the food, all the accommodation, the transport. So I was able to save a lot. And obviously, I got introduced to the NGO sector, the international NGO sector. And from there, my career just pivoted. I left Afghanistan. I went to Haiti. I left Haiti. I went to Pakistan. I left Pakistan. I went to Myanmar. I left Myanmar and moved on and on and on and on until most recently I went to Somalia, and now I am back to Kenya. And of course, also along the way, I met a lot of new people that I'd never even imagined I would ever meet. There were so many life-changing experiences I witnessed. So like when I went to Afghanistan, I experienced for the first time in my life. Of course, the big opportunities that I mentioned. So just looking back, it was just one of the best decisions I've ever made in my 40 plus period of existence here on earth. So how do opportunities transform your life? Let's look at that. So basically, here is the magic of saying yes. Opportunities expose you to new environments, they expose you to new people, and even just new ways of thinking, yeah? And this exposure opens doors, whether those are to jobs, like in my case, relationships, business ideas, and even just it birthed my love for travel. Guys, if you've been here long enough, I keep talking about this. Like just the fact that I took that leap of faith. So far, I have been able to visit more than 100 countries around the world, not only because of that exposure and the interest that was sparked in me, but also, of course, by virtue of working these international jobs, it comes with some decent pay, and I've been able to comfortably afford my travels around the world. And sometimes all it takes is that one yes to change the entire trajectory of your life, like it happened to me. And I've shared this story before. I had actually gone to resign from my previous job, and then I met my employer who hired me in Afghanistan. When my boss is like, can you imagine this girl is leaving this lucrative job? And this guy goes like, so where are you going? And I said, so I just picked the most random name that came to my head at the time. I said, Afghanistan. And he asked me, do you already have a job planned out? I said, no. And he asked me, do you want a job? I said, yes. And he literally gave me a job offer there and then. So let's talk about some of the tips for you can use to recognize and embrace opportunities when they come your way. You guys have always heard, they always say opportunity is always wrapped up in work or in what do they call like overall, so it's not very easy for you to identify them. But today I'm going to show you how you can recognize and embrace these life-changing opportunities when they come your way. So number one, trust your gut. If something excites you and scares you at the same time, the whole go for it. Don't even think twice, because it's probably worth it. That was my experience with Afghanistan. The moment this guy asked me, do you want a job? And I said yes, and he offered me, I didn't even, okay, it was scary, but I was also excited. I'm like, what if it works out? Yeah. Number two, surround yourself with dreamers. You do not want to be in a situation where you are with people who are just going to kill your dream. You need people who will inspire and challenge you. For me, I remember this person was my dad. The moment I shared this opportunity with him, he was like, why not? I mean, we'll never know if you don't go, so just go for it. And as long as there's other human beings living there, it means there's a chance that you will also live. Just go and try it. And he really encouraged me and was very positive about the idea. And even the idea of going with my son, he was like, why not? I mean, if you're going to die, for me, I would rather you die with your son than be in a situation where your son is left like parentless or an orphan or something like that. And it kind of made sense for me. So those are the kind of people you need to surround yourself with, who are going to be rooting for you, who are going to be happy for you when you take those risks. They're going to be praying for you when you're looking for these opportunities, yeah? And then take small steps, yeah? Saying yes doesn't mean that you just go in blindly, but what you can do, just break the opportunity into manageable action, so that you just like dip your toe slowly and see how it goes. Unless, of course, if you're a risk taker like me, for us, some of us, we just dive right in, yeah? And then, of course, you need to be prepared to fail. So every yes won't work out perfectly, but every experience will teach you something valuable. So I remember some time back, there's a friend of mine. Unfortunately, we no longer talk for whatever reason. If you're watching this, guy, I mean, let's not cross the new year in this state we find ourselves. So anyway, this friend does work with a lot of international clients. And my friend found this client who wanted to do some public-private partnership opportunities in Kenya. So, of course, this was going to come with a lot of financial modeling that was required and all this kind of stuff. So my friend doesn't have expertise in the accounting bit that was required. So they asked me, could you please help me with this aspect of the job? I don't have the money, but in case we win this opportunity, definitely you're going to be the project manager. And guys, again, if you've been here on the channel long enough, you know that I am a trained accountant. So as much as I'm a trained accountant, I haven't practiced for more than 20 years now. Like, I literally graduated in 1999, practiced for about 2 years, and I have never gone back to accounting. So when the friend was like, hey, just help me with this, I was just like, no, I haven't done accounting in so long. And I was like, no, please just do it. We could win it, blah, 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 yada, yada, you know. You just never know. Just do it for me. Because right now, I mean, I can't just start going to hire somebody because you'll only get paid if you win it, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, let's do it. So it was a lot of work. We're literally working day and night, and I already had my day job. It was really, really tough. I really worked long nights, blah, 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 did all the financial modeling, everything ready, sent to my friend, who then went ahead and submitted this financial modeling to the client. Unfortunately, we never made it beyond. So there's some issues I think happened between the client, and yeah, so that deal fell through. Now, fast forward to about a week or so later, I got contacted by a recruitment firm on LinkedIn, and they wanted somebody to do some consulting work for them. And so we go through all the stages of the interview. And then on the final stage, they said you have to do a presentation to management. And then this is going to be senior management, and this is going to be the determining factor whether you get hired or not. And we'll send you like the assignment at X time, and then you have to submit it by the next day. So they literally sent me the assignment like at 5 p.m. and it was due by the next day at 8 a.m. for presentation at 10 a.m. Guys, you can imagine I have a day job. So I went through my day job as usual, finished, and then sat down at about 6 o'clock to start tackling this task. And you will not believe this task was basically analyzing some banking data and coming up with all the graphs and doing all the PowerPoint presentations and everything that comes with it. Guys, I can tell you the only reason I was able to sail through that assignment very, very quickly in that short period of time, okay, though it took me almost until midnight, is because I had already now refreshed my memory of how to like the Excel and the bank, the financial bits that I did for that financial model for the public-private partnership and all that. So it was like still fresh in my mind. So I could very easily just play around the formulas. And in no time, guys, I was able to do that assignment and submit to my prospective employer. And yeah, happy ending. I actually got the consulting job. So guys, as I say, even though you are saying yes, just know that there's no guarantee it will not work out, but things never fall apart. They fall in place. So like in my case, like I said, every years won't work out perfectly. Like in my case, originally the public-private partnership job we were hoping for didn't come through, but the skills I refreshed at that time came in handy, and I got the job which I currently have, and I am grateful to God. So let's talk about the ripple effect of saying yes. So when you say yes to one opportunity, it creates a ripple effect, which basically means one yes leads to another yes, which leads to another yes, which leads to another yes. And the reason is because life generally is not linear. Yeah. So you can say yes to one thing, and then it leads to a new experience, which then leads to more yeses, which then leads to another new experience, which then leads you to meet new people, who then lead you to new opportunities. And over time, you'll find yourself in places you never even knew that existed. You never ever dreamed of. And you were there achieving things that previously were out of reach for you, or so you thought were out of reach for you, but just because you didn't have the opportunity to actually even try them out. So what's the one opportunity that you have been afraid to say yes to? Whether it's applying for that dream job, whether it is quitting that job that is giving you so much sleepless nights, whether it is relocating, whether it's saying yes to that relationship, whether it is starting a new project, whatever that may be, don't let fear hold you back. And remember, every great success story started with a yes. And if for whatever reason this message resonated with you, or if it inspired you in one way or another, please let me know in the comment section below which opportunities this you're going to say yes to today. And make sure that you share this video with other people that can benefit from it. Do give it a thumbs up. And if you're not yet subscribed, what are you even doing with your life? Yeah? Subscribe so that you can follow through in this Vlogmas series, because I can tell you for free, we have a lot of interesting videos lined up for you. In fact, next week, we're going to be traveling outside the country. So you can imagine it's going to be content back to back to back. And of course, there's all this kind of inspiration as well. So until next time, Keep saying yes to your dreams, and I will see you on Vlogmas day 11. No, day 12. Bye, guys.